It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Saints and the 49ers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And Lance now to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. And Lance going to throw. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down, Lance. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Lance looks to throw again. Incomplete. And he was looking for Elijah Mitchell out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
56, the mic, boys, 56.
Throwing now is Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Quit talking about it and bring it. And go Mike 20, Mike 20.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown 49ers.
Let's go, let's go.
George Kittle, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 1st downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep, Ray McLeod. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 1st down, Lance. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Six yards left on second down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Let's go. Let's get this ball.
To throw, it's Lance. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Throw left side, complete. That's Mitchell. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Demario Davis there on the stop. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
There you go.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
You got him. You got him.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Lance looking to throw it. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup. On
1st down. It's Mitchell. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And Gold is able to put it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Winston. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lance. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, Lance. Now he's forced out left. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. The kick by Gold is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Callaway, the return man.
Let's go, boys.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Callaway, the return man. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Here's Winston. Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Gets past one man. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Come on now, let's go.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So for Kyle Shanahan, he had it right, as the challenge is a good one. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Lance now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in, tackle the ball.
New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they start in the best of all positions. 1st and goal. Defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Javon Kinlaw busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's second and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Interested to see what they dial up here. Third and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. To throw is Winston. That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 11 yards, but still not enough. Fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
the field comes New Orleans. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Winston. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Winston. Under pressure, they got him again. Eric Armstead providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
From the 41, Lance. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And Winston lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. He will push his way down to about the 14. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Niners on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gold is able to put it through. And the lead stretches 16-3 now. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. Callaway, the return man. And able to get this out to the 25. Jameis Winston and the Saints ready to go back again on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Yeah, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, it's Mitchell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Winston readies the offense. Down by 13. A little over a minute and a half remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Winston. It's complete. Kamara. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. So there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.